Micro harassment has been used against you for a bigger reaction than usual because of the constant repetitive actions aimed at you. People who aim constant repetitive actions at you are doing it for a reason. They're doing it to make you give them what they're looking for. All right? They're looking for you to be violent towards them. They're looking for you to lash out. They're looking for you to explode. All right? That's the reason why it seems like people are doing things around you that don't make sense. That's the reason why it seems like people are doing things around you. Allergies out here today got my nose kind of itching. They're doing these things around you because overall they want your life to change dramatically. All right. A lot of these people, they want you to get yourself in trouble. So that way they could put you in jail, get you locked up, get you in front of a judge. All right. But they do it in the form of micro harassment. The word micro, it means small. All right. They're doing this to you because it's a small behavior. It's something that they can get away with. All right. It's something that no one will be able to tell. No one will be able to notice. And they're going to keep doing it time and time and time and time again. So what they do is they do this over a period of time because they know sooner or later it's going to stress a person out. And they know that not everyone can take this type of stress. All right. They know that people can't take this behavior for long. So they'll keep walking in front of you. They'll keep standing in front of the door. They'll keep, oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. They'll keep, doing their little micro harassment day in and day out because eventually they know it's going to be one day to where you're going to snap and you're not going to be able to take it. And this is the reason why they just do it day after day, time after time. All right. And their objective and their key goal in this is making you lose your mind. Because if they can get you to a state to where it's like, yo, if this person does this type of behavior to me one more time, I'm going to snap. Don't say that to yourself. If this person does this one more time, I'm going to go out and start me a business. I'm going to go out and get me some money. I'm going to go out and work some extra hours. All right. Say something positive. All right. If this person does this to me one more time, God's going to get them out of here and I'm going to be blessed with some peace and quiet. It's time to start speaking the things that we want into existence and getting all the blockers, getting all the drainers, getting all the destiny thieves and swappers, away. All right. They're going to try and continue to keep making you feel some type of way. All right. When you are calmly going about your day, going back to the store, going to do things, take care of your business. And even though you're alone and you're by yourself and you may have no friends, there may be no one around you. It may feel like everybody is just out doing them and you're just all by yourself doing you, and you think to seem that you don't matter or you're not important. You're very important and you definitely matter because it's a whole operation and a whole system revolving itself around you. All right. Some people even go as far as to say you think the whole world revolves around you. No, the whole world does revolve around you. It's not something that you're thinking. It's something that you're seeing and experiencing. All right. So you may have been gaslit at an early age to hear people say you think the whole world revolves around you. No, there are people who fascinate themselves and who obsess themselves with others a little bit more than normal, a little bit more than they should. All right. So when these people find out that you don't want anything to do with them, you don't want no friendship, you don't want anything to do with, you don't want any ship. All right. You don't want anything to do with them. You want to be left alone by them. Once they find that out, all all hell's going to break loose. All right. Because people really feel some type of way about you and will, try to turn others against you if you're not dealing with them the way that they want to. And hence the micro harassment, let the games begin. If you upset someone any kind of way, if you speak any kind of truth, if you do something that they don't like, or you show them that you're aware of who they are, or whatever the reason may be, that you're on their list now, you upset them, or you're too awake, or you're too aware of your surroundings, or they sense something in you that they don't appreciate, or they're just a flat out devil and a demon, and you have God and they don't. You're going to notice that they're going to like do this micro harassment, and it could be as much as you walking into a parking lot where you live at. Every time you walk in that parking lot, somebody's waiting in a car to reverse and back out like they don't see you. Like, what people take their safety, a lot of people don't play around with their safety. A lot of people just don't play around in life in general. And when they see you don't play around, it's like whatever they can do to make you mad, they're going to keep doing that. They will play with you. They will keep, micro harassing, and it's covert. So the things that they do when you go to complain about them, people are going to look at you like, what? What's the problem? What are you upset over that for? What's the issue? And most likely they're either gaslighting you or playing with you too. All right. I remember staying at this one place, it was kind of close quarters. When I would walk outside, people would walk outside. When I would go to try to do things, people would get in my way. And I would go to the lady who owned it, and try to talk to them about it. All she told me was, I'll check the cameras, I'll talk to them. I'll check the cameras, I'll talk to them. I'll check the cameras, I'll talk to them. By a certain point of you getting frustrated and tired of people following you and harassing you and doing things to try to draw a reaction out of you, you get to a point to where you just have to accept that, okay, they're not going to do anything. I'm all on my own. And as an adult, as a grown person, all right, especially as a targeted individual, all right, maybe sprinkle some minority in there, or some sexism in there, or whatever ism you may be dealing with according to your own particular style. Like that, there are a lot of things that people have to go through just trying to live their life on the everyday basis. And people tend to make it difficult for others. They tend to want to get in the way, all right, and they tend to group up against you. And it's hard. You're already alone. You're already by yourself. You already don't have anyone to talk to. You're already an outcast. You're already ostracized. All right, you're already set apart from other people. All right, because they don't want your life to go well. They don't want you to have a normal experience. They want you to suffer. All right. And because they want you to suffer, they're suffering and they want you to suffer. All right. So you have to keep that in mind. It's like they want my life to be as bad as theirs. So you have to just fight to continue to keep making your life what you want it to be. All right. And money definitely helps that. Staying to yourself, working hard, saving your money definitely helps that. Um, Doing the right thing with your money definitely helps that. All right. Being frugal definitely helps that. um, you're gonna want to manage your life the right way, so when things happen, you'll actually be able to make the right kind of moves that you need to. All right. So when people are trying to get a reaction out of you, right, it's usually to get you in a worse off situation. So if you live somewhere, they're trying to get you kicked out, or they're just trying to make you go crazy or make your life a living hell. If you work somewhere, they're trying to get you fired, or they're just trying to use you for entertainment. And this could go both ways. Most of these people are just lifeless. All right, they're trash. They have no ambitions, no goals. All right, no dreams. All right, they probably engage in life-threatening activities, such as messing with you because you ain't the one. But that's neither here nor there. But they constantly repeat these actions, and I always wondered why. And after a while, I just knew it was something that they would do, and I would get upset. It's something that they would do, and I would get upset. And then I would just have to try to avoid getting upset. I'm like, yo, why am I always mad? That would make me question that. and they see you as a happy, peaceful person, and they know when they're doing things. I think I just walked into a spider web. They know when they're doing things to try to destroy that. So when they know you're not feeling good, and they can tell that your spirit is down and your is off, what they'll do is they'll implant themselves in your direction. They'll implant themselves in your way, put themselves in your face, and then they'll start to question you, ask you, just gaslight you. Hey, how's your day going? How are things going for you? When these people know that they know that you're being victimized. All right, so they're garbage. They're pieces of trash. They belong in a dumpster. Put them out on trash day and let them get crushed up to smithereens, and listen to them scream. You know, every targeted individual's dream. Not really, but it is what it is. All right. These are horrible people. All right, they're horrible people. They're trash, and to be honest, I don't really think they deserve to be free. All right, like these are crimes. You know, I keep looking at it as just like, no, this isn't normal. This isn't regular. These are crimes. All right, I know I look at it as like a gang stalking thing, but these people are criminals. All right, and they deserve to be locked up and throw away the key. They deserve to be locked up and you throw away the key. But people like playing with people. All right, people are bored. People are evil, and they're looking for some type of fun. All right, and they want to use you as their entertainment. They want to use you as their enjoyment. All right, so you can't allow them to do that. And they would love nothing more than to see the police come pick you up and take you away for life. All right, they would love nothing more than to ruin your weekend, ruin your day, ruin your life. They like a lot of them are jealous of the type of life that you have, and they really would like to have the life you have. So since they can't have the life that you have, the one thing that they'll try to do is get you to throw that life away. If they can't have your life, then neither can you. If they can't have the life you have, you can't either. And that's crazy. It really is crazy. So you're dealing with people that don't think. You're dealing with people that are unintelligent. So don't not think along with them, and don't be unintelligent with them. They think as far as their game goes, as far as their stalking goes, as far as this program goes, as far as trying to manipulate you and throw your life away, as far as that goes. But they don't think as far as, you know, like the extreme consequences, and probably because they don't really have too many consequences. All right, people like this are legitly like children do things, there's really no consequences for it because it's a child. Children really don't know what they're doing. You reprimand them, you give them consequences, but it really goes no further than a teaching experience or a learning experience. But these types of people, they don't learn from their mistakes. So, and also they have a system that's set up for them to not have to learn from their mistakes. So they could play with people, they could be evil to people, they could do wrong things to people, cause people harm, things of that nature, and they just get to go back and do more things to people. They get to watch people get fired. They get to watch people get removed from their home. They get to watch people get kicked out of the only place they have to stay, and go actually have to fend for themselves in the wilderness. And they love it. All right, they are entertained by the misfortune of other people's lives. They are entertained by your misfortune, and it's a rough way to have to go. But that's just life. Sometimes there are people out there that cause us to have to go through things and experience things that we shouldn't have. But it all ends up working out for us in the better. I mean, for better in the long run. We end up becoming rich because we end up having to solve a lot of problems. We end up becoming more successful because of all we had to go through and what it allowed us to learn. And now we can help some people who have been through some similar things. So, they meant it to us for bad, but God really meant it to us for good. So continue to fight. They're taking you through the fire. Continue to go through it. It's your refining process. You're turning into a better person. You're turning into a better vessel. You're turning into a better human being overall. Even though we don't see ourselves as human, we recognize the divinity within ourselves. All right, because we're above these human characteristics. Being human is what these people do when they're actually being inhumane. All right, so like I said, they have no life. They're trash. They're terrible people. They don't deserve to be free. Half of them really don't deserve to live, but I'll leave that up to God. That's not my say. If it was me, I'd be like Eli, and I would assault. I would destroy them. All right, if it was me, up to me, I'd be like Eli in the book of Eli, and I would destroy them. I would light them the F up if it was up to me. They'd have been gone, and it wouldn't be no you. Yeah, I wish, man, this YouTube channel would be yeah, it'd be a whole totally different message. Okay, it would be a whole totally different message. So I'm pretty much helping you do that without you having to take any lives, but you I think somebody out there in YouTube land is able to pick up what I'm putting down. All right, so it's no need to take it there. All right, that's what they want. We're not throwing our lives away. If God was in charge and his righteous people were in charge and these evil laws weren't in charge, it'd be a totally different story. It would be good versus evil, and of course good would triumph. But good is going to triumph because the world shall be returned into the world's going to be given to the meek. All right, this world has been given to the hands of the wicked, but it's going to return into the meek. All right, so shout out to us. Shout out to us. All right, but they micro harass. They follow you around your neighborhood. They pull up to that street every time you get by there. All right, they pull up and pop out at the store every time you go to get your little snack or your little lunch or whatever it is. And they try to act. And the thing is, they'll watch you and pull up on you and be stalking you. But when they get there, they'll act like they don't even see you. They do that to try to get you to step to them, and they do that to try to make it seem like they're not doing anything. So when you walk over to someone who's not doing anything and you're like, hey, you better leave me the hell alone, it makes you look like the aggressor. All right. It makes you look like the person that's causing trouble. It makes you look like the person who's doing the harassing. Why are you, if they're harassing you, why are you walking up to them? If they're harassing you, why are you approaching this person? Wouldn't you want to get away from this person as soon as possible? Like they're gonna do all these weird things and try to point you out to be the person who's victimizing people. So you really have to play your cards right when it comes to dealing with these types of behaviors from these loser witches and warlocks out here. All right, they're trash. All right, somebody put them outside so they can get picked up by the dumpster. You know what I mean, by the trash truck. So they're looking for a bigger reaction. All right, it's like Chinese water torture. You drop enough droplets on a person, they'll lose their mind and they'll freak out because they can't wipe the water off their face. They want to do enough little things to you, everyone included. All right, and I even had this one dude. If I could, man, people are lucky that I'm a good person. That's all I have to say. Because some of the things that people say to you, when you look back, it's like, man, like they really don't know who they were talking to. But it's like you really don't want to take out all that anger on someone, you know but usually either not saying anything or speaking your piece is good. Like one time somebody was like trying to make fun of the situation, and you know what, I'm glad I didn't act out how I would want to, because it wouldn't have done any good. It wouldn't have stopped what they did. It wouldn't have reversed what they did. All I would have did was hurt someone for making fun of my situation, and that would have temporarily felt good. But overall, it wouldn't have changed anything. It had just possibly made me even as bad as them. But the person was like making fun of the situation. Oh, people walked out when I walked outside, and people this, that, and the other. It's just common rhetoric that like losers will make fun of people who are going through things because what they went through in their life was most likely worse. All right, they probably went through something worse. They see you going through what they're putting you through, and they find it funny. All right, they find it hilarious that you're the one experiencing it and that you're the one going through it. It's funny to them. So, let them get their laughs, let them have their enjoyment. But what you do is you take that anger and you turn it into something positive. You take that anger and you turn it into a business for yourself. You take that anger and you go paint. I don't even care if you paint them getting thrown off a cliff and fall into a fiery, eternal life, for all their bad deeds. I don't even care if you paint them people going to hell, but find a positive way. All right, find a positive way to react All right, find a positive way to respond. It's responding over reacting, but as long as you do a positive, that's fine. All right, so find a positive way to deal with these people because they're jerks and they know they are. So what jerks like to do is they like to jerk people around. Don't let these evil ones jerk you around just because that's what they like to do. If you react to them, you're helping them enjoy themselves. They don't want you to enjoy yourself, so don't allow them to enjoy themselves. They're evil. They don't deserve to get their rocks off on dealing with you any particular way, especially when you're not shoving your foot, fist, elbow, kneecap, head, and everything else down their throat and ripping their heart out their lungs. All right, ripping their heart out their chest. All right, so it is what it is. They could feel about you how they want. And it's like, why? They'll say things like, oh, you're a punk or you're a sissy or you're a coward. But as soon as you go to do something, they'll call law enforcement. As soon as you go to do something, they get the police involved. As soon as you go to do something, they got a whole bunch of people backing them up and all this other stuff. It's like they are cowards for real. All right. They really they don't play fair. So unless you're ready to get your hands dirty, I wouldn't really get involved. All right, unless like and to be completely honest, like if I'm retaliating, it's gonna be something big, So I'm not gonna do anything at all. I'm not beat for a little tit for tat retaliation. If like at this stage in the game, I'm not gonna do anything. But if I did do something, it wouldn't just be nothing. It wouldn't be something small. So I'm not gonna allow myself to be taken there. I'm gonna take myself out in the woods where I'm not around anyone, and I'm gonna relax and I'm gonna find some peace and some happiness and some love for myself and some joy, and I'm going to find some love for them to be able to let them go and release them and forget about the situation completely and wholeheartedly, because I'm not going to allow them to have that much power over me and take control over my life when I'm the one that's supposed to be doing that. All right, so people who micro harass you, they want a bigger reaction. They want to throw you behind bars. They want you to yell and scream out in public and so that way you look unstable, and that way they could send you to a mental institution. All right, and it's a wicked game that they play, and they will have to pay for it. They will get their just desserts. All right, they will suffer immensely for the suffering that they put you through. For the suffering they put you through, God's going to make them suffer twice as hard. All right, and that's just what I'm saying. Who knows what God has in store for them? All right, so you keep being a good person. Keep showing them that they can't break you. Keep showing them that that love that God placed in you is too strong. You may hate them. You may want to wrap your hands around their neck. You may want to insert a long, skinny piece of metal inside their flesh, but don't do it. Don't do it. All right, don't throw your life away over someone who's brain dead. Don't throw your life away over someone who actually did that, so you would throw your life away. All right, you're feeding right into the hands of the enemy. All right, you don't take the bait. You're gonna end up in the trap. You think the cheese is where it's at? No, the trap is where the cheese is at. They're trying to trap you into making a mistake so that way you can't enjoy your life, the thing that they're mad about. You throw your life away, they don't have anything to be mad about anymore. They might piss you off continuously, but if you choose to not react and you choose to figure out how to not be pissed off and eventually learn how to live your life in peace no matter what they do, they're going to be the one that stays mad. They're going to be the one that doesn't grow. They're going to be the one that doesn't succeed. They're going to be the one that doesn't achieve, that doesn't get anywhere, that's unable to become successful at getting you out your spot. So let these enemies let these enemies be enemies. Let evil be evil, and you just continue to live the life that God entailed for you. All right, and you keep getting the fruits of your labor and keep enjoying them. Keep enjoying your life. Keep being happy. Keep an internal smile on. All right, they don't want love to exist. They want to kill all the love within you that exists, and they want it to die. All right, only thing that's going to die is them. Praise God for that.